You gonna try and ride down the hill in a fucking shopping cart or what? Go on, get in that trolley, bitch. Oh look, what a dick. Pussied out, didn't ya? Batty boys. Right, so a while ago I got one of these. You can put up to 40 volts in and you can basically have what you like on your output. So for example, if you wanted 1.5 volt, you can have that. You can tune it with that. It's got a digital as well, digital button. Right, I don't know if you noticed, this is a drilled battery charger, but I don't have the battery or the drill, so I'm reusing the battery charger. I'll show you on the other side. I'm going to solder in the wires and connect it to that. Basically, as a step down, it's like a transformer, it's like a step down version, and that will wire into that. This kicks out around 18 volts, only a couple amps. So yeah, I'm going to solder. I've got the solder out, soldering iron, so I'm going to solder the wires, put it all together, connect it to this, and test it on the old multimeter and have a little look. I don't know if you can see, but it's got like a little hole. It's like a T6, I think this is, screwdriver, and it's got like a hole in the middle. It's like the same as the PS3 to get them undone. And that's what you need for some of these drill chargers. It's supposed to be like a safety thing to stop people just opening them up. But there you go, you can open them up, and as you can see, it's soldered on there, nice and solid. Same with the negative. Originally there are 3 connections, one's for the temperature, which is this end one I'm not using, and this one's the negative, and there's one is the positive. So yeah, positive, negative, not used. But yeah, that's ready to go now. I'm going to plug it all in and have a look. Right, so that's it, wired in and cable tied. If you're wondering what this wire is, it's from an old PC power supply, otherwise known as a PSU. And yeah, they're really helpful if you've got a blown PSU. It's always good to keep some of the wires and stuff like that. But yeah, this has not been plugged in yet. I'm just about to do it right now, so you'll be able to see it come on live for the first time. Watch it go bang, and there we go. It come on for like a second and then it went off. There's no smoke or anything, so the output on this 20 volt max, 1.4 volt amp. There's no reason for it to, no reason why it doesn't work. No loose connections or anything. I'm trying to unplug it with one hand, so it's a bit of a pain. I'll just try plugging it in. Right, yeah, it flashed on again there. So it might just not be a suitable power supply. Right, let's try it again. So it's off. It flashes up and goes straight off. I don't think there's got to be a load for it to come on, it should just work. Very strange. Perhaps it's just the power supply, it's not kicking out. I don't know. So on the input it's saying it's only 1.4 going in, but if I measure the output it's coming up 4 point something volts. So how can the output be more than the input? It's supposed to be a step down transformer, it's not supposed to be a step up. So it's very strange to say the least. The buttons don't seem to be doing a lot. You see the 1.4 there, and try to do it with one hand. I have to put the cam down. Right. Okay, 4.2 on the output, when it's only measuring 1.5 on the input. So, it's fucking strange to say the least, it makes no sense. So the charge is supposed to be kicking out around 18 to 20 volt. But yeah, very very strange. So with that input voltage, it's not enough to power the LED. The numbers there, it's not enough to power that. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. It might be some sort of thing with the charger. There's no loose connections or anything like that. Yeah, very very strange. Right, so I plugged it into an old CB radio power supply which kicks out around 13 volts, around 3 amps, and it works fine. There you go, we've got 14.6 voltage. So yeah, it works really well. I'm not too sure why I don't work with the drill. I did use a voltmeter to test the output without this being used, and it was kicking out the voltage, but when it was under load, the actual charger, the drill is a drill battery charger, it just under load just gives up. So that's probably why I managed to find it. You know, it's probably discarded by someone that knew it didn't work. So yeah, so this module does work fine with 3 amps. I know it's really dark in here. I'll try and use a bit of gamma later. But yeah, 14.7 volts. So let's have a little play. Oh. See, the connection I've got is not the best. Actually, I think by pushing that, yeah, if you push this button you can turn the display off, and then one short press later you can turn it back on. And if you do a long press, it doesn't really make much difference. So it's on 14.7, and there we go, 14.1, 14.7. These switches are really pointless. Oh, here we go, I've got it flashing. So if I change 14.5, 14.3, 14.2, 14.1, 14 dead. Yeah, so it does work, you just got to be persistent with it. You've got to like hold down the out button till it flashes, then use the in button to tune it. So got it down to 13.9. 13.7, 13.5. There's also a pot on there's like a capacitor there, a variable capacitor, so you can tune it with that as well. This is just to fine tune it. I've got down to 13.2. So say like we wanted, oh, it's just jumped from 13 to 16. So obviously you want to play around with this before you attempt to actually use it. So yeah, we've got it down, we've got it right back up again to 16.5, which is strange because the output of this is exceeding the output. It's basically a step up instead of a step down. Makes no sense at all, but you know, let's keep playing anyway. Right, 16.2, 15. Say like we wanted to get to 12 volt, we'd be clicking all day. But I've got it on 14. Okay, 13. Right, 13 dead. 12, here we go. Starting to make. Oh, see, it's jumped straight from 12 to 16. Very annoying. So if you wanted less than 12, say like you wanted 6 volts, there's no way of doing it unless you play with that variable capacitor. Then perhaps you'll be able to do it that way. But I mean, yeah, it's not really. I wouldn't call this fit for purpose, to be honest. I wouldn't sell this. What you want to do is be able to tune it to go lower, because it's supposed to be a step down, not a step up. But it's just acting like it's a step up. Say like you were to go to 6 volts with a 12 volt input. Seems like it's impossible unless you tune it with that variable capacitor. $15. $14. Right. 13.1. There you go. Let's just jump straight away back to 16.6 again. So we'll leave it. Oh, so it's just jumped from 16 to 13 just by pressing the out button. 13.1. 13.2. Well, I think what it is, you've got to hold the out button down to set it after it's in the blinking mode. So hold that. Now it's stable at 13.2. 14. 14. 13.2. 14.2. It's just so strange. I'm pushing the out button and it's just going from 14.2. A light's come on the end and it's gone to 13.2. Then it jumps to 14.1. Then 13.2 again. This is just bad. No wonder why it was only £2. But yeah, if we get it into the blinking mode again. $13.9. 14 dead. 14.1. 3, 4. Right, 14.5. So if we do a long press, it will stay at 14.5, which is again, it's exceeding the input. So instead of it being a step down, again it's step up. So a short press on this one just turns the display on and off. Sort of a long press does. Doesn't do anything. $15.23. Right, 16. So we do a long press on that. Now it's stuck on 16. Ooh. So yeah, we can get 16 volts. I'm trying to see. Yeah, these CB power supplies are only supposed to be like 13.8. So it's just strange how its power in it is going up, but to get it lower than that is just impossible unless you change the variable capacitor pot. And then right there, look, and you should be able to tune it a bit better. But yeah, I'm not very overly impressed. I expected it to go lower than the input to start with, but yeah, it's weird. $16.1, $16.2, $16.3, $16.4, $16.5. So it goes from like 13.7 well, it says 13.1 now, and it jumps to 16.7. So from 16.7 is the most with this input, 13.1 is the minimum with this input. So yeah, I mean it's doing its job, but it's not really what I expected. I'm going to have a little play with the pot, see if I can get it to go any lower than 13.1, because it's still a higher amount really. Very strange.